Good afternoon, investors and ADVANC Info Service Public Company Limited. The Stock Exchange of Thailand welcome you all to the SET Digital Roadshow Year-End Performance of 2020. This session will run about 45 minutes, including Q&A. During Q&A, investors may leave your questions in the meeting room chat box or use raise hand function. Then presenting company will open your microphone, so you can ask the question to the company directly. May I now invite ADVANC Info Service Public Company Limited to start the presentation, please.
Thank you, Krab, and good afternoon, investor. Thanks for joining our session for Advanced Info Service for SET Digital Roadshow. This is our SET Digital Roadshow. We hope that you will follow us for the next Digital Roadshow throughout the year. Today we have our IR team here, Kun Nattiya, Head of IR, myself, Vacharapong, and Kun Yada. We are IR team Advanced Cup. And sorry that Mr. Hui Weng Chong cannot join us today due to urgent meeting. Today we will be starting with a short brief on our operation and financial performance, and then we will Q&A. For year 2020, was a year that our business got full impact from the COVID-19. Our core service revenue declined by 5%, mainly on the mobile business that dropped 6%. Fixed broadband and enterprise non-mobile still growing well, following the digitalization trend. With our continued effort to control costs, our EBITDA dropped 3%, and NPAT dropped around 9% with higher D&A and the network OPEX from the 5G expansion in the previous year. For mobile business that got impact from the COVID, could see that the revenue declined by around 6.5% year on year, mainly from the prepaid segment that incur around 1.6 million negative net add in the previous year. That was mainly due to the loss in tourist segment as well as the pre to post migration trend. For postpaid, still growing well with over 1 million sub net add in the previous year from pre to post migration trend. However, for the ARPU side, both prepaid and postpaid facing with price pressure and high competition in the previous year, and the ARPU for the blended ARPU dropped around 7% in the previous year. In year 2020, it was the first year that we launched 5G after we won the auction for 5G spectrum with the best in class portfolio in February. We start providing 5G service in February and officially launch the 5G package in October. By the end of the year, we achieved a total 5G package sub of 240,000 subscribers with ARPU uplift around 10 to 15%. And this year, we target around 1 million subscribers for 5G. Currently, we had expanded 5G coverage in all 77 provinces in Thailand, but mainly focused on 25 key cities with high potential usage for 4G and 5G. In Bangkok, we cover 90% already and around 60% in EEC area. For home broadband, AIS fiber, it had grew around 20% year on year on the revenue. That's from digitalization trend with and driven by 29% subscriber growth with like work from home, learn from home demand. On the ARPU side, also facing with pricing pressure from intense competition in the previous year with around 11% drop in ARPU. In overall for this year, we still expecting the home broadband to grow in the same momentum with work from home trend and continuous like digitalization trend. For enterprise business in the previous year, the majority of the major contribution of enterprise non-mobile was from EDS, that is enterprise data service, that including a lease line business, lease line service. Enterprise data service might facing some revenue drop in the second quarter as the corporate account, corporate customer want to save cost, save budget, and downgrade the package. But you could see that enterprise data service revenue could be stabilized in the second half of the year. On the other hand, cloud data service and ICT solution grew double with the digitalization trend. And for the overall enterprise non-mobile revenue still growing high with almost high single digit in the previous year. The next part will be let us touch a bit on our long-term plan, long-term strategy. To drive our long-term growth, we will be focusing in three core areas. The first one is to optimize our core business, that is those mobile business, especially with the new technology that is 5G. The 5G will help us to lead in this industry again and to provide more service and gain market share, especially in the high value segment. The second area will be on the the growth engine. As you could see that fixed broadband is growing well with the digitalization trend, as well as the enterprise service that target to capture high rising demand of those enterprise customer that want to transform themselves to digital. On the last part is on the new business. This key area is to leverage our current clients for both in consumer and enterprise. AS has over 41 million subscribers for consumer and over 9,000 clients from enterprise. So we could leverage those client base to the new business. For example, video business that we had launched the AS Play for many years, and a lot of new businesses coming from the customer base, mobile finance, insurance, digital gaming, and this part will be the next growth and the future for us. And for year 2021, it will still be a year of uncertainty as the COVID impact still exists in Thailand, and the tourist still uncertainty on the recovery of the economy. So for this year, the first part we will lead the industry with the 5G service and to emphasize on the best 5G experience with our best-in-class spectrum. This will help us to gain market share, especially in the high-value segment, and to avoid the competition, price competition in the market. Moreover, on the second part will be on deepen customer engagement. We will be focusing on customer value, CVM, customer value management, to understand more on the customer, and this will help us to retain and build a better relationship with customer, and could generate more revenue from cross sell, upsell from the new product and service on the new business. And the last part will be focusing on digitalized service and operation. This will help us in both ways. The first one is will help us to uh, to save costs, especially on those e-payment, e-channel that could save SG&A cost over the long term, and can also improve the customer experience on all the channel that we provide the service. And for year 2021, as we mentioned that it is a year of uncertainty. We still expect our core service revenue to grow low single digit with our 5G service to lead the market and gain higher market share, capture high value segment. On FBB business, this year we still maintain the same momentum as the previous year and target another around 250,000 subscriber net add to achieve 1.6 million subscriber for this year. On the EBITDA side, we still continue to be focusing on cost optimization and SG&A, so that it could help us to maintain low single digit growth in EBITDA side. And for CapEx this year, we expect CapEx to be around 25 to 30 billion baht. This CapEx will be mainly spent on 4G, 5G network. And for fixed broadband, last year we had expand the fixed broadband coverage in all 77 cities. And this year we plan to expand out on the outskirts of the key area of the city with high potential. And the CapEx will be spending on the enterprise service as well as the new business. And this is the overall of our business overview. The next part will be on Q&A. Anyone, if you want to ask the question, please raise your hand on the system, and I will call you. Oh, okay. There are two channel that you could ask the question. The first one is to type your question and your name, your company name on the chat box. The second channel is to raise your hand on the WebEx system, and I will call your name. Feel free to ask your question.
We have around 20 minutes for Q&A. So if investor have a question, you can send through the chat box or use raise hand function.
While we wait for the question, Let us talk a bit about the 5G business for consumer for this year. As we had target the 5G subscriber package for this year by the end of this year at around 1 million subscriber, and currently by the end of February we achieved around 400,000 subscriber already, but it still look like a long way to go to 1 million. So it we admit that it's not quite an easy to achieve that quite high, but we have a plan to drive that target over the year. Uh, this is on the ecosystem part. As you could see that currently the 5G device in the market starting from around 10,000 baht for starting price in Thailand. And currently we have more than around 40 models that available for that available for 5G service. But over this year, there will be two key strategy from AAS to drive this ecosystem to grow faster. The first one for the mass market and the mid to low end market. Same this strategy we were used in the past before when in the era of 4G for around like 3 to 4 years ago. At that time, we collaborate with a Chinese phone maker to introduce the Lava brand. Lava brand is our house brand to provide 4G device at the lower cost with starting with not non-expensive device price. So we will start this strategy again to provide the starting price of device from 3,000 to 4,000 baht, and this could help us to drive the mass adoption for this year. For the high value segment, that is the segment that we target to gain more market share. For this segment, we will be using a bundling package on 5G device to gain this market share. Okay. Now we got the first question already from Kun Pantila, DBS Bigger Securities. First question นะครับ Do you see low orbit satellite as your threat for FBB business? How soon do you see the impact of this business coming through?
Okay. So let me take this question. More recently, I think we all hear a lot about the internet technology from the sky, mostly through the satellite system. And with the low Earth orbit satellite, it has, and more recently that some of the global operators have started to announce the launch of service in several countries. I think this is one of the key questions that everyone is asking. For telco, I guess this is not just particular to AIS and not just particular to Thailand, but it's a global issue. I think there are a few key things to consider. Number one, in terms of the cost effectiveness of this technology. At this point in time, whether it's technical capability or the commercial cost effectiveness of the technology may be still a bit premature. So I think we keep an eye on and see how further this technology will develop. The pricing model that you see in the market today basically the upfront cost is still very high. So even though the positioning of this service to be covering the rural area, we believe at least in Thailand, that will still be not a very competitive position for the rural market, where not just the upfront cost, but the monthly payment is still relatively high. Secondly, in terms of technological capability, 5G today can deliver much faster as well as low latency, and therefore can support wider range of services. Second factor maybe to consider is also on regulation. As you know, any of the telecom service is under regulation and will be regulated by each of the country's national telecom authority. I think at least in Thailand, the NBTC has started to look at this new technology. I think not just this, but also other types of OTT services. So the regulator themselves is also moving to observe the technology, various technologies that comes into play, and also will be looking to regulate each of the relevant technology that will be provided to the consumers. So I think for now, we probably wouldn't be able to quantify the impact in the immediate term. I think it's sometimes that we see as an emerging risk and we keep following. Yeah.
Any questions from attendees? Okay, if there are no further questions, I think the session has come to an end. So the Stock Exchange of Thailand would like to thank you investors and presenting company for joining us. We look forward to welcome you all again in the next quarter. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you ครับ Bye